Welcome to How to Set Up and Operate the Baofeng UV-5R Transceiver, a video series designed for newcomers to ham radio, scanning, and transceivers. Let's begin with Part 1, Introduction and Emergency Operation. It is possible to use this radio immediately upon turning it on, without much practice or experience. Here's a quick startup procedure found at www.bugoutbagbuilder.com. The UV-5R is an easy-to-use handheld radio that can be quickly programmed to transmit on emergency frequencies. Remember, transmitting without a radio license is illegal under normal circumstances. Don't broadcast without a license unless it's an emergency. To get started with the absolute minimum information, turn on the UV-5R by turning the volume knob clockwise. The default programming for the radio has the voice prompt as Chinese. We can change that later, but you don't need to understand what the prompt is saying to follow this first emergency immediate operation procedure. The radio is on. Locate the VFO/MR button. Stands for Variable Frequency Oscillator / memory key. Press and hold this. In Chinese, the radio will announce frequency mode or channel mode. It toggles back and forth. You need to toggle that until you get to the frequency mode. You can tell it's frequency mode when there are no channel numbers shown. Right now, this is frequency mode. If I press this again, there are channel numbers appearing to the right side of the display. Now it's in channel mode. To enter frequencies, you have to be in frequency mode. So press the VFO MR key until those channel numbers are not seen. Now, use the keypad and type in the frequency for a common emergency radio, 151940. 151940. And the 0 is needed. You have to enter all 6 digits. You don't have to enter the decimal point, but you do have to enter all 3 digits, even if the final or the initial is a 0. Now, the radio is set to receive and transmit on this common emergency radio frequency. If you've attempted contact in an emergency and no one has responded, try another frequency, 156-800. 156-800. Again, the radio is immediately set to receive or respond on this emergency channel. One more thing you could try if you're not getting reception, no one is answering in your emergency, is make sure that you're on high power mode. And that is the mode the radio defaults to when you first turn it on. I know that because if it were in low power mode, there would be a small L at the top of the display. You can toggle back and forth from high to low power using this hashtag key. If I press it once, an L appears at the top of the display, meaning now it's in low power, which is what you normally would use in day-to-day use. But in an emergency and you're not reaching out, make sure that you're in high power, so simply press the hashtag key again. The L goes away, and that means you're in high power mode. One other frequency that you should write down and stow in your back pocket is your local NOAA Weather Service frequency. The Quick Start guide says start with 162.400 for your weather service. 162.400. Now I'm not getting any reception on this frequency, and I know why. My local station does not broadcast on this frequency. It's close to it, but it's not this one. To find the local broadcast for your NOAA weather service, start with entering 162.400 and then press and hold the scan key, which is marked with an asterisk, and in blueprint it says scan. Press and hold. The display starts scrolling upward. It should stop if it gets to an active frequency. There, it gets an active frequency right there. It's still pretty rough and noisy. My local station is about 5 miles away from me, and on a small handheld radio like this, it's difficult to get clear reception that far. That's a little better. It's still looking to make sure it can find the right frequency. So that's not too bad. Once it sounds pretty good, press exit, and it'll take it out of scan mode. While it's out of scan mode, you can still fine-tune that frequency by going up or down. That made a little bit of an improvement going down. That's pretty good. That's getting scratchy again, so I'll go back up to where it was sounding better. So that's the frequency of my local NOAA weather service broadcast, and that could help during an emergency for sure. While the radio's on, let's look at the keypad and function keys. The brightest thing you can see here is the green LED indicating that you are receiving a transmission. So even if the volume were turned all the way down, with the green light on, you can see that you are receiving a transmission. If I were to try plugging in one of the emergency frequencies that we tried, 151.900, no green light means there is no active transmission right now. If I try the other frequency, 156.800, same thing there. And you can do the scanning on these frequencies as well. The scan key just starts from wherever you've entered your frequency, and it goes up from there. And if it hits an active transmission, it will stop. And if you want to stay there and exit out of the scan mode, just press exit when you get to that frequency you want to listen to. There's a key for A and B that switches from the top line to the bottom line of your display. This radio has the capability of displaying 2 frequencies, although it can still only listen or transmit at one at a time. Band switches from very high frequency ranges to ultra high frequency ranges, depending on what frequency you're trying to enter. On this side of the radio, the bright orange key marked call does 3 functions. We'll learn more about those. This large one in the center is the PTT, push to talk. You press it when you want to transmit, and then let go when you're done transmitting. The bottom key is MON, marked MON, M-O-N. For some radios it may be M-O-N-I. Stands for monitor. And on this side is just an attachment cover for additional cabling that you can add. You could put a combination earphone mic there. You can also get a cable that plugs in there to allow you to program your computer, your radio using a computer. I think that's it. Good work. Until next time, keep looking up. I'm Milt, and this has been how to set up and operate the Baofeng UV-5R transceiver. Stay tuned for the next part. Thanks.